Hello and good evening, friends. This is Seymour again, and coming to you again from my overseas hideaway in Istanbul. I wanted to talk in this video about why is it so much easier for women to move on after a breakup, divorce, to get over the past and move on, take on with the new lover. And generally, why is it so much easier for women to get over the heartache than it is compared to men? It is indeed true. That is the case. And most people miss the most important reason. They talk about other things which are absolutely true, such as when a woman breaks up with you, she's been already planning it for a long time. It's been a long time coming. Sometimes I've heard women admit to me that they decided 2 years before they told their husband that they want a divorce, or in a girlfriend-boyfriend relationship, months before, or about a year. And I honestly do not think it's because they have a social network better than us men do. I don't think so at all, because unless they're lesbian, friends, girlfriends, while they can keep you company and they can make you feel better, and women are better at talking about their emotions than men are, it's not going to take the place of a romantic lover in your life. It's not going to fulfill the same need. Those girlfriends are not going to fulfill the same. They're all going to go home to their husbands or their own homes or whatever, and you're going to have to go home to your own home, and that lonely feeling will come right back at you again. The main reason, in my experience, which is vast, my own and the associates I've had, and the experience of a lifetime, the main reason it is so much easier for women to move on and get over their previous lovers is because the difference between men and women is, when a man loves a woman, when we decide to have affection for a woman and let her into our heart, so to speak, it's because of that one particular woman. It's because we like something about her eyes, her lips, her attitude. We trust her. We like her. It is her. It's her person that we like. Whereas here comes the bombshell difference. Whereas with a woman, it's really not us that they love. It's from the beginning, from the get-go, from the day that they selected us, from the time that they said yes to our invitation to on a date, until the time that they decided to move in with us, marry us, become our girlfriend, whatever. It's because of the conditions that our presence made possible in their life. So again, to put it in layman's terms, it was always because of the offer on the table and not necessarily us. Now, because women are so naturally good at being a marketer, we easily fall into the trap of believing, oh, she's in love with me. She loves my looks. She loves the way I make love to her. She loves the way I hold her. She loves the way I talk. She loves the way I dress. All that stuff. Believe me, it's not, because through hard evidence, we can see that when they no longer feel their needs are being met, they will easily drop us like a hot potato and go on to the next. And if you think that it's because of money, I mean, don't. Because look at super famous people who've been dropped by women when they no longer need them. So the difference is, when a woman no longer wants to be with you, when she decides to leave you, it's because she feels you are no longer serving the purpose that you once did for her. It's like, to make it easy for us guys to understand, imagine there's a car, a beautiful car with all the beautiful lines and everything, but it has no engine. will easily walk away from it because it's useless. It's just a piece of metal sitting on the road. And for women, the moment you no longer serve those purposes for her, the moment, whatever those needs are, the moment she decides with herself, in her heart, that you are no longer fulfilling the needs, you become absolutely useless to her, like yesterday's newspaper. This is the main difference. This is 95% of the reason why she leaves you. And because you're no longer serving the purpose for her, you are no longer of any use to her, it's very easy for her to convince herself that she doesn't want to be with you, and to go on pick a next guy. And you quickly see women picking up with the next guy and showing the same amount of affection with the same intensity with someone else, because now they see that someone else is the vehicle that's going to provide them with the wants and needs and desires that they have. So he becomes the focus of their attention, the new guy. And at the moment he stops serving those purposes, he'll be gone too. Believe me, it's not the person that they're after, it's not the person that they're there for, it's the conditions that he provides for them. And this is why it's so easy for them to move on and go with the next guy. Just like you're driving in a car and the car dies, how easy for you it is to get out of that car and get into a rental car or another car and keep driving, that car, because the one that broke down is no longer of any use to you. And that is how women look at us men. In any culture, in any place in the world, it's the same. The difference is, in the Western culture, the woman, if a man has any kind of assets, the woman literally can just go into the courts and get whatever she wants financially, so she's no longer tied by that economic need to stay with the man she no longer wants to be with. Whereas in 85% of the world, she needs to stay around for economic reasons. She cannot leave, even though, for example, situations where it's clearly a man's fault. He's womanizing, he's drunk, he's going with all other women, but she needs him economically, so she suffers and stays. So it works both ways, gentlemen. And I believe this is what most other so-called relationship experts miss. As for the real reason why it's so much easier for women to move on and get over us and go with the next guy, it's never the person that they're interested in, it's never the person that they were there for. It was always the conditions that he provided. What's the first thing that a woman really wants to know about you when she meets you? What do you do? What do you do? Because she immediately translates that into her needs being fulfilled. A home, a safe place for her children to grow up, and a man who's a provider. First and foremost. If you no longer serve those purposes, you are useless to her. So why would she have any problem of getting over you and going on with the next guy? She's actually glad to do it. She's relieved. Thank God I'm rid of him. Now I can go with someone who's the real winner. That guy was a loser. Harsh truth, but gentlemen, it is what it is. When you know the facts, and this is the very founding principle of all my videos, that when you know the hard facts, it's so much easier for you to understand and not be angry, not be frustrated, not be sad, but understand the reason why people do what they do, what motivates them. Then you go, aha, okay, that's the reason she did this or he did this. That is the motivator. It's not because I did something wrong, it's because she is being true to her nature. She's doing what is in her DNA, and no one can change what's in their DNA. Again, I hope it's been a sobering, eye-opening, and helpful and useful piece of data that I have been able to give to you about why is it so much easier for women to move on after a breakup. And I'll leave you here until the next video.